the name, yeah, that was an old commercial. People say it all. Yeah. Things happen. I think so. Starke. Starke.
Is it chaos? That's probably better. I'll be happy.
So. He's working at what time?
Get it back.
Is it? So it looks that one up right in here. One of them. I was. So you think it's the ready to do?
You're a YouTube. That's what's transmitting us.
I haven't actually seen her talk to her since the big.
I don't think I've really talked to you either.
So when they think of this,
Very.
really bothered.
Which is possible.
Yeah, that was something.
That's not what.
Really bothered, but.
Yeah, and there's, for the first one, which was, I think, just get the community to go with those kids, yeah. A lot of people.
Kids.
And, you know, the kids were great, it was nice to see kids. You know, kids were worried about, because there's not enough now. That was a crowd we had. Yeah, we didn't need that. Now, we would have some different kind of music, and we would have different crowd.
Those like don't come out of the house in the rain. Whoa.
That was nice seeing.
Oh, you need a piece.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah, it was a monsoon, it was bad. Seeing the streets of Florida, I mean, all kinds of stuff.
And it says that way.
Well, I was hoping that some of the, was it the last resort campground over there? Was it down? Horn got water, really good over there. It was running, southwest to northeast angle. It was shifted.
Where is it?
I know Steve wanted to come to this, I reminded him, he's gonna get wet now. Buying a second trailer and sold this first one.
Yeah. That's what it's
Sure.
I like your purple.
At least
I like the purple.
vibrator, what?
I like your purple shirt. You dress yourself or Cindy?
No, it's a-
Yeah,
it's
anything my wife just called, you know? Shoot. You'd be wearing all leather jackets and t-shirts if it was up to you.
I will come down.
You wanna get?
Yeah. I'm hoping to do that. My password put up. I have,
I think so.
you say stuff, I should be able to go through everything.
Opening the word. Big pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So first thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the July meeting. Everybody have a chance to look at that online?
Yep.
Any discussion or corrections anyone wants to make? Is there a motion to accept it?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes from last meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Highway 23 Kayak launch parking lot seal bid.
Okay, so
Some concerns about the whole process.
Okay.
I wasn't even aware the bids had been sent out for a week after the fact. Didn't the board have been informed of that?
Who sent the bids out?
Bob Lloyd,
Lord.
did all the bid process.
Okay. Now, are we responsible for paying for any of that?
So. The KYRBC was paying for that whole entire launch and the CVC gave us the money for the parking lot, like $30,000. So technically, no, but we might have paid Bob a small fee.
if we did, it wasn't much, but we may have paid him some. But so technically, we weren't paying much out of this, but as David was saying, he detected some problems in the plan really early on. And he brought it to our attention and over time, we just getting to here where we are now. We only got one bid from Hill Excavating. We invited some more community members to bid. No one was able to get their bid in on time, and I did talk to Larry Mann on the phone today. And he had several things we went over that he saw as problems with the plan. He gave me a list. He said that he would be very happy to talk to any of you about his questions, or he's basically feels some of the numbers don't match. He thinks should be more stone than what the plan is calling for. And he just had some other different questions, but basically he just felt there were too many
So-
gray areas to put in a bid.
So who put together the plan? Was it Bob? Okay. Is there a way we could just have him at our September meeting?
Right,
To kind of go over the plan and just go out for bid all over again, just maybe reject this bid and go over the plan one more time before we go out for
I
bid
think the
again.
bid needs to be split into two bids, one for the work of actually building it and one for the haulage from the highway garage to the site.
Okay,
Because if we have it as a combined thing, you either have one large company that can do it all, and then that locks out the little guys that can only do like the movement, or the locks out truck companies that can't do the construction.
right. Well, I don't know, it may be a little bit premature to talk about the plan. Why don't we at least have Bob Malloy here at the next meeting to talk about the plan and the way he put it together? If we do need to split it, we can talk about it then.
so do we wanna wait till next month? Do we wanna try to have some kind of work session outside of the usual?
Do that.
I think a special meeting would be appropriate in this case.
It'll be fine.
That would be fine with me.
For clarification, is it the scope of work that's messed up?
It's confusing.
Okay.
It also wasn't, in my opinion, publicly bid. It was sent to 3 specific people, and that was it. And my feeling is it should be advertised to the entire community.
Well, yeah, and I think another thing, at least correct me if I'm wrong, Amy, but we're at the last, was it Commissioner Council meeting or whatever it was, that joint one? Where they had talked about using some of the minings or whatever from the highway department. I don't think in the original bid that was clear how that was going to work. Whether the company, that did the project would also be providing that material or not providing that material, or getting it from the highway department to the site.
You know, that's good, the work needs to be.
Yeah, so I think stuff was pretty unclear, I think.
We didn't even have that answer until last
Yeah.
Monday.
It was just brought up at the commissioners meeting, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
so.
okay.
We weren't even sure if we were gonna be able to use that.
So we're in agreement, we're gonna have an executive session and
Well, it wouldn't be executive, it would be
Well,
a special meeting.
special meeting.
Right.
Bob Aloy will be there and we can talk to him about going forward.
Yeah, maybe just get some dates from him that he can make it and then send it around to the board and see which ones we're available for, where we can at least have a majority of the board there. And I guess the same time, about 6 o'clock is probably.
Yes.
That works best for me.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Discussion of flow techniques.
Do we have to officially reject that bid, or what do we do with that?
The bid,
The
I
one
think
that
we
came in?
probably should. I'll make the motion that we reject the current bid
okay,
in lieu of rebidding.
is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Discussion of flow techniques.
Okay. So last month, we talked about an Indiana pump quote that they had given me, and you guys wanted me to reach out to Tom Jordan, so that's what I did, and I'm glad I did. Tom has 16 pumps that he oversees, and he uses a company called Flow Technics. So he asked his guys when they were coming to do the yearly service on Tom's pumps, he asked them to come out to the lake and check ours. So they actually did the service on the spot. I don't know what all they did, it wasn't much, but they did that free of charge, and their proposal, which isn't on here, I wish it was. Tom said their proposal is they will do our pumps at the same time they come to service his every year, and just charge us the same price as they charge him, which is $300 per pump. We have 2 pumps. So that makes it $600 a year for a yearly service contract.
Which is a lot cheaper than.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Good
incredible.
deal.
So we owe Tom big time for that. He brought him out, he did all the work on getting this. So what this is Flow Technics came out and they looked at what we had, and this is what they think that we need to get us up to speed where we need to be. For instance, these hour meters. So he said, like all of his have by the hour meters, and you know something's wrong with the pumps when the 2 meters have different readings. They should always be the same. So if there's a different reading, you know, you have a problem. And then the other things are, you know, all.
Also service with the hour meters, you know when you should be servicing them.
Mhm.
You need to-
They said it just makes the whole thing, you just should have them. So I guess now I would be asking if you want to go forward with Flow Technics for the yearly service, and then do we want to take care of these pump issues now this year, or?
I would say that if we have enough money to pay for them right now, we should do it right now.
Preventive
Get it
maintenance.
done.
Seems logical.
Okay.
What would that come out of? Is that come out of repair and maintenance, or is that,
I'd say
okay, we're doing. fairly
we're good
well
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all in agreement? Is there a motion? We have to vote on this or?
Well, I would make that motion that we approve the diagram that Flow Technics provided to do the maintenance this year. For the amount stated here on the sheet.
I'll second it. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, this one I don't even know what it is. Park Department Internet Hotspot Discussion.
So, you know, we've had a lot of trouble with the internet out at the campground. Right now we're having trouble in the campground, where most of the time the beach gatehouse though has been good. Stanley's got that working really good. We don't have any internet in the beach house where now I have my desk. So I'm also having trouble with the firewalls on the computer I have. I can't work at home very well. All this to say, it would be really great for me to be able to do my job if I had a hotspot similar to what our tech department has. So I reached out to them to find out. So for instance, for the luau, we didn't have any internet to take cards, and I couldn't borrow the county's hotspot because Stanley has it on vacation with him. So it does prevent us from doing business a lot. So anyway, I asked Luke and he said it is a $1 equipment fee, and it's $40 a month, which is $480 for the year for a hotspot to use out at the beach.
And who does that go to? Who gets the $40 for the hot?
AT&T,
AT&T.
that's who we have my phone through.
Their data tap on it.
He didn't say that.
The hotspot's usually just an internet connection, and she can travel with that if she has to go out of state. whatever.
Yeah, Stanley took it to Brazil.
Yeah, so. And that's fairly decent price.
I guess the only question I would have is what kind of service are we getting at? Is the internet that's out there is from Mediacom, we pay them quite a bit of money.
Yeah, we
And
do.
what are they actually providing for that? You know, I mean,
Stanley thinks that when he gets back, he has 2 ideas of how to boost the internet a little bit for the campground. So his idea is to take the internet thing off the little camp guard shack. There's 2 antennas facing each other. And the problem is that they keep bouncing off each other, which is causing the campground and us not to have internet. So he's gonna move one of those over to the beach house and try to beam it to where the internet is by the bathroom. We'll have to trim some trees, but then he has a plan that's gonna take a lot more, and it's gonna take shutting down the internet for a week. So he wants to wait until the season's over, do it in November and get it fixed properly. And he thinks he thinks he'll be able to get the MediaCom, because we're locked into MediaCom.
No, I get that. Did MediaCom place those?
I'm sure
Meters
they,
originally?
I guess they
I
did.
mean, cause
From a little bit of history, the two IT people from the county had come out there, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but they went around and placed all the connectors.
Yeah.
And then somebody else that replaced him come out and added some more.
Oh, that was Richard.
And they're plugged in, they're basically on a tree or a telephone pole or whatever they could put
okay,
it
so that
on.
wasn't.
It's a tree.
Yeah, in some places. And they plug them into an existing campsite electric box, and that powers it. And my understanding, they're just all repeaters that all should come back to the gatehouse and then shoot across to wherever the MediaCom comes in.
Right.
There was, and I'm not sure in that closet, there was a
It's-
switch
yep,
and
it's
a
still there.
connection and
Yep.
everything in there, so
Mhm.
it has its own capability if they were to run another cable to right to the
I
bathroom.
think
campground.
that is what they're gonna do, so he wants to run that and then connect it to, there's a large pole near the bathroom. It's gonna go from
Mhm.
there to there from the
It
bathroom.
would make sense to me to do it
Yeah.
that way, but
Is the hotspot month to month?
Mhm.
Alright, so if we go with the hotspot and then we get the problem corrected in October, November, then we don't need to keep necessarily.
Well, I think she's gonna need to keep that hotspot.
Well, I mean, that's only $40 a month.
It's only
so.
40 a month and it's only $1 basically to get the equipment and then you pay for it
Do
monthly.
we need
But
more?
even stuff like the luau that we had, I mean, that's farther down the beach. It's still gonna be needed.
Yeah, the only thing I question is, do we need board approval at all? And why couldn't she just, I think she could probably just. do
She
that
wanted
on
to
her own.
ask.
No, I get it, I get it, then but I think that's within, I think we have a 2,500 or something.
Let's just give her approval anyway. I
Yeah.
like
I
it.
don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. Sounds good. Okay, anything to make life easier.
Yeah, thank
Right.
you guys so much, actually.
Okay, Bass Lake Beach and Campground renovation update.
Okay, so I thought maybe Binkley would be joining us. He may be listening through Zoom. Oh. Wait, he is. I forgot that. Sorry, Donnie. I don't know how this works.
can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? He might have gave up on me.
Don?
He's muted on his end, I think.
Well, okay, so let's just get started. I feel bad. I'm not good at this stuff. Okay, so renovation update.
I got you now, Amy.
Good, so sorry that I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so renovation update, we got a form from Krista that says that Brown and Brown is 95% of the way done with the job. That there's only the finishing touches and landscaping left that they have to do. The painters still have to finish the floors. So, I mean, we are pretty well aware of what the issues are now at this point. They never came back and finished the swale. I don't think that's gonna work anyway.
They never did any of the landscaping as far as I'm concerned.
No, and like Donnie said, that swale is actually gonna get worse when they put stone in it. It's not gonna make it better, it's gonna make it worse. So that just doesn't seem like a good option. So now we're down to, I think basically I think Krista's giving them August to finish these things, and then we do the punch list in September.
Why can't we have Krista come here to our September meeting? Give us a final report, what's left, what's not completed, what monies are left over. Where we're at with the whole just give a project update, kind of like a closing report as to what's going on with it. But I think she needs to be here in person to do that.
Sorry, Amy, I just got on. I don't know if you guys are ready for me to talk or you want me to wait.
Yeah,
a
we're
little bit?
ready. Chime in, please.
Okay, sorry. My opinion, you guys need to stop your last payment. That concrete needs to come out. The left concrete, concrete they poured there for the handicap is 3 inches too low. And they dug a swell right beside it and said that's gonna fix it. It's not gonna fix it. I've talked to 2 or 3 other concrete guys. They know they messed up. The guy that did it did only what he was told supposedly, but one way or the other, I think you need to stop the last check till they fix it. They keep trying to redo it to fix it, and it's not. They're gonna walk away and it's gonna be your problem. That's just my opinion. And if you guys want, I mean, it's your board, so you guys do what you want, but me as one of the commissioners, I will go to another commissioner and see if we can stop the last payment if that's what you guys want me to do. Because if they leave this like it is, it's gonna create problems for Amy or whoever runs that beach.
Well, yeah, I would say until we get a final report and sign off all the remaining work and the problems that we've noticed so far, that we don't pay that final payment and that Ron and Ron can be here at that meeting when we talk to Krista as well.
Mhm.
I mean, that would.
I don't know, Tom, if it's, whose fault it is, but one of the checks need to be stopped and they'll figure out whose fault it is.
Yeah, but that's why I'd rather have Troyer and Brown and Brown here so that they can't point fingers at each other.
I agree, Hunter. Yeah, I agree with that.
Don, this is Dick Ballard. I not only don't like the handicap parking situation, but it seems to me there needs to be a lot of grading there. That sidewalk is below the grade, and every time it rains, you're gonna have mud and stuff overrunning that sidewalk. And
Yep.
they either need to raise the sidewalk or grade it down around the sidewalk, because otherwise it's just gonna be a constant mess.
Yeah, absolutely. I was out there and talked to the guy. I don't remember it. Amy introduced me to him, the guy that poured the concrete. I even showed him where I thought we should cut it even back on the sidewalk a little bit. That might be what you're talking about, Dick.
Yeah.
But the pad and so much of the sidewalk need to come out. There's no fixing it. They're gonna, like I say, they're digging that pond. And even with the pond wide open and no dirt, no stone in there, it still won't drain in there. So it needs to come out. I mean, there's no other way of fixing that.
Well, and it also seems like, isn't there certain markings, I don't know what the term is called, but at the entrance to a handicap area or sidewalk, it has to have those square.
That, I believe,
I don't think those are in the right places either. Somebody should check that.
Right. I'm not an expert on that, Tom. The little dots you're talking about, that's for a blind person.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, so for it to be fully handicap accessible and for DNR to okay that, it should be compliant with that, I think.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't know the rules on it.
Yeah.
Just heard you say something for DNR to approve it. Maybe DNR should come here.
Well, the DNR did come for their first inspection and it was there. I mean,
Well, and
Hard to see if it's not raining.
say that their final inspection, that's when they really get out there. I mean, they were just looking and making observations and making sure everybody was on track. But I'd say that last time they come, they get out there, measure and stay.
the lady told me when at the kind of the soft opening that they'll be out after we approve final completion of the project and then they come out and inspect it after we've done that final approval. So
The other way around.
Yeah.
but that's what you.
Yeah, I know, that's DNR.
But that's DNR, yeah, so.
For my opinion, we need to tell them now, otherwise they're not gonna fix that till you're ready for your final inspection. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to override the board.
No, we can include DNR in our conversations with Brown and Brown and Troyer right now, right?
Should we get Krista to, if we have a special meeting about the parking lot, should we invite her to our meeting and talk to her about this too?
Probably a good idea.
I don't want to ambush her. I'd like to,
Gives more time.
yeah, I'd like to give her a little time to.
Well, her and Brown and Brown, I mean, they should know that it's coming too, I guess. but-
Sure.
Transparency.
Okay.
I've got pictures of all that when it flooded, when it did, how they did it, when they put that little pond in there to try to alleviate that. It made it worse because you got more drainage coming through there, and instead of having to sludge up 3 feet, you got it 6 feet now. And that didn't do it. It's whoever designed that, when you say you get Brown in there or you get Troyer, one of those two is responsible. It goes back to the plans, and if they follow them.
Yeah.
That thing, from what I'm talking to concrete people, it's gotta be busted up and done right and raised up. You can't pour concrete over concrete. They're telling me, I'm not an expert on that.
I think that's true.
But it's a heck of a hazard, believe me. And the other one flooded a little bit not too long ago too. They had to cut a trench to drain that.
If you could get those pictures to Amy, so we could maybe have them for the next. when
I've
we
sent
get-
some to.
Oh, I-
some of you guys at next time, yeah.
Amy's got them, I think.
All right, anything else on that? Okay,
Thank you, Donnie.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to make sure you guys look at that real good. I
Yeah,
know Dick was out there that same day on the ribbon cutting, and the rain had already quit, but in the water, there's at the water.
yep. And there's a few other little, that's not the only area, but the other things are small and. can be-
Right.
Mhm,
okay.
And I've not been involved with you on that. I just would like to see the concrete fixed.
right.
Yeah, that's a big.
Okay.
Thanks, Don.
Yep, no problem.
Superintendent's report.
Okay. Well, we finally had the luau on the lake. It's over. I did it. I lived. It was a big success. We saw a lot of gaps to fix for next year. I knew as soon as the day started, about 9 o'clock, I already had my first. Okay, so it'll be even better next year. Everyone seems really excited already for next year. And we did raise approximately $4,200, probably a little more in the end. So that is really good.
Where are they?
Yeah, and I was out there, to me, and I know there was others out there, it was an extremely successful event. Obviously, there's always minor things you can fix here and there, but it was a great learning experience, and I haven't seen that beach that active in decades, so
Mhm.
it was a huge event for the park.
I think that was the best thing, that everyone was just happy that it was alive again.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to take that money and use it for more events. So we had Kids Craft in all of July. I did the first, so we did it all in July. It was very fun. It was very simple. And it seemed to mean a lot to people. And we had a lot of little kids coming. So, I mean, it brought me joy. It brought them joy.
I would continue on.
Next year, I would like to do June and July. See how that goes. So those were kind of that's the events. And eventually I'd like to get more events to all of our properties, but I'm learning. And then, so we had United Consulting come. Teresa actually arranged that, which was really nice and helpful. So they are a consulting firm that gets together bid packages. So they came out to the campground to begin the work of putting together an RFP, which is the package that the electricians would need to place the bid. So before they can even put together the bid package, you had to come out and see what they're dealing with. So there was an engineer and an electrician, and they went through, and when they're done, then they'll tell us how much that would cost. We don't have to do that. If we do decide to go forward with the RFP, we have to then decide how that gets paid for, because it's actually very expensive. Just to get the RFP is expensive.
Is there a charge to do this initial work that they're doing?
So right now, there's no
Yes?
charge.
Okay,
So they're gonna let us know how much it's going to cost to put everything together. That's when we're probably gonna have to beg for money from Donnie.
well, so what they're gonna do is kind of give you a general idea of
So
what the overall cost may be
to
depending.
put it together.
Just to put the bid package together, and
You know,
then
an estimate on what they think it might cost.
Once they put that packet together, they would probably tell us. But anyone who bids on it comes in, they get a sealed packet.
Right.
They look at it and they decide how much they can pay.
Right.
And if it's a lot lower than what it's actually gonna cost, that's for our benefit.
so step one is just wait and see what they come back with.
Right.
And then after that, we kind of go from there because there's no reason to go out for bids unless we know we're gonna get money from the county because we don't have it.
Right, and that's just for the RFP,
Right,
because that could be in the thousands.
right.
Mhm. So at least the ball is rolling. That's more than we have had before. So when, maybe next month, I'll be able to tell you the results of that.
They have questions coming in every now and then, and
Mhm.
Rick Green's been really good about answering them because we're not electricians.
Yeah, 'cause to me, the route we should at least look at going is getting a general idea of what we think the whole project would cost and maybe even if it's possible to do it in phases. But just to get a general idea of what we would need to go to the county for.
Doing it in
right? So-
phases is a good idea, but it also, just remember, what it was gonna cost us 2 years ago to get this done has now doubled.
Right.
You do it in phases, you're also looking at.
I'm just saying,
this
giving
much
us, giving us
now.
options to consider.
Yeah.
It's a good point though. Okay, so speaking of NIPSCO, while we were out there looking at it, we noticed a wobbly pole and a loose guide wire. So, I did call NIPSCO and they came out right away and checked it and they said it was fine. They said it was fine. I mean, I can literally shake it. I don't really think that seems fine. That's what they said.
You're just a brute.
Who else within the county?
Gators been dead,
REMC.
so they won't do anything.
They said it's fine.
Is that on our side of the transformer?
They're pole to maintain, I believe, right?
Mhm.
It's right in between two campers.
Why they just put.
So if it falls over, it's NIPSCO's responsibility, right?
Especially since we documented, they come out and inspected it too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't.
Is there any appeal to that process that you asked?
I'm gonna call Donnie tomorrow and see if he can help me.
There's, I mean, I say there's,
Oh, did you hear that, Donnie?
Yeah, I'm still on here, Amy. Who,
Did
do
you-
you know who come out there?
I don't know who it was.
Okay, I'll make a couple calls tomorrow.
Okay,
Well, probably later in the afternoon, I'm in Indianapolis, gonna watch the granddaughter at State Fair, but I will get it took care of. Or I
It's been
won't
like
take
that.
care of it, but I'll find out.
Yeah, we'll get it done. No worries.
Yeah,
Bye.
I'll get a hold of somebody tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about NIPSCO, I was looking at the bills and so for what would be our June statement that comes in July was $2,000 more than it was in 2024. So, I mean, I think it's like a perfect storm. The rates are rising.
Every quarter.
Yeah, and it was hot and there were things going on in the beach house that never have been before. So but from the beginning of the year to right now, we're up $5,000 from where we were in 2024. So I don't think I asked for enough increase for the utilities on our budget thing, but
For next year,
for next year.
do we have enough budgeted this year, or do we need to go to the council for an additional appropriation? Because that takes time too, so.
Right, we're okay now. I'll just keep my eyes on it.
How close are we to?
I don't remember. I just know we
I'm just saying, 'cause I know that takes weeks to do sometimes to get those, and then we have the money, it's just getting the money appropriated, going through those.
Right.
Those
Maybe we should just start
official
the process.
steps. Yeah, let's just look and see if there, if we can. For an additional appropriation, what it would be to make sure that we don't run over between now and when the money starts coming in the spring.
And I know that homeowners can get on a budget plan. Is there any way that we could get on a budget plan?
I will find out about that.
Doesn't change.
Although I guess for them, for our budget, we.
Oh, that's true.
It's still gonna be the same amount in the end.
But it's still, you're not obligated to pay $7,000 in 1 month.
if
No,
we're
it's-
talking about this still from a business standpoint, yes, you can. It's on our bill.
For a business.
On our vehicle, we can.
Oh, you
we
guys
can
do
go on a
both?
budget plan, yeah, absolutely.
I think that would be helpful.
But when the budget cycle, you have the $50,000 bills set up. That's the problem.
They would
Because they
rather see
adjust
your
it
bill
every year.
paid than not, so,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
We can start looking at it.
Amy, KLA is on a budget plan.
Okay, You think that helps?
Well, again, they owed us a lot of money and they got
17.
some of it back.
Okay,
from
I mean,
us.
I like to be on it for my house. So.
Right, right. But they end up writing us a check for like $2,000. Because I got to looking at it and I said, wait a minute,
Was that because there was no bingo for 6 months? Was that because there was no bingo for 6 months?
no, that was before the bingo. Cut off. No, that was, yeah.
Okay. So that leaves us to, the job descriptions. So I went to the budget hearing, or do we call it, last week, and Weiss presented the job descriptions to the council, or commissioners, I'm sorry, and then I went to the council for the budget hearing. They didn't say much, but the commissioners were happy to accept the job description, so I want to show you guys, this is how they look now. So there's one for camp host, one for harbor master, one for the part-time seasonal employees, and there, we have a part-time secretary one, but we don't have that position filled.
So those positions would start January 1st, because we're talking about the budget process for next year.
I saw, yeah,
Well, yeah, but these are going in the book right now. These are our job descriptions for all the jobs that Amy has.
The job
The
description
payment, the different payment will start.
start January 1st.
I like the job description.
okay, okay.
The one thing with the harbor master one, where the harbor master has to, if there was like a serious damage or whatever, that they send the infractions to you. I think they should at least CC one of us on the board as well. Well, maybe Dick or myself being the kind of the harbor master.
So add a bullet that says something like,
Well, to that bullet on the second page of the job description.
To report infractions to park superintendent, you want it to say and board?
Yeah.
And designated board member.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Cause I also think on that, we should start getting for the piers and everything, so we know where everything's at, how many open spots, and if we can start getting maybe next year a monthly report that says, at the beginning of the month, this is where we're at. We have 98 slabs, we got so many open, and
Do you want a bullet point added for that also?
the board is.
Saying a monthly report?
Well, we don't usually start till like February.
Right. No, so I was just looking at like in the spring once,
Oh, in the spring, yeah.
in the spring and throughout the summer, just to kind of keep the board updated. So starting in, what do you say, May, April?
I would say April 15th.
Okay. And
So let's do it. Whatever the date is for the meetings. You
okay,
know what I'm saying? Like our first meeting in April. We'll
Okay.
start
start doing that too this summer,
For the summer.
right? Okay.
Okay, so then every meeting you'll present a report.
Yeah.
What we have, okay? I'll have them smart. Okay.
And wouldn't, I'm sorry, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that same thing for the campground. You know what I'm saying, to see how many spots we have open, how many, that kind of thing too. Is that way, because those are our two main money sources, it's the campground and that, so. The board's the needles.
okay. All right. So that gets us to the financial report. So I sent you guys the ledger, but this is the little, thing I give to my Colleen. Let me do it to mine. So, you can see that, we talked about this, last month, so there's a little error there. There should be. I think we went down in our revenue, because here's what happened. Not overall, but just for the month. We brought in 14,000, but we spent 53,800 because, I paid the second half of the roofing bill and the second half of the gutters on the beach house. And I paid all the gutters for the camp bathrooms, the new siding for the garage, and then I forgot to submit the second aluminum. Remember when we had the special meeting and it was $5,000 on top of to Larry's Marine? Well, I did that in July too. So there were a lot of bills that came out that month, so it looks really bad. But we're still okay on our cash for the year.
That's what I'm saying, those expenditures still, the cash available still, it's subtracted from.
Yes, and August we should be sitting pretty. And then so you can see the beach entry, pier rental and campground rentals that's for the year so far. And we weren't able to get the kayaks out, and that's okay, we'll get them out next year. We thought we'd have concessions, we didn't have that. We hope we have sold some concessions over the summer. We get out a tent and we sell water and shirts and ice creams. So we tried to make a little bit of extra, so we'll keep doing that. I think next year we really are gonna see it explode.
Very good. I think so. All right. Any other business?
Okay, well, we just wanted to make a statement about the commissioners, or that the commissioners are addressing the easement issue in Coons Way, because that has been, there's only what, two cans that are open for the fire trucks to get through. So they're going to survey those and find out about opening all of them back up, which we're real. And also, I don't think that we said anything, I wasn't here in July. And Karen, you have a report about what we did at the
4th of July, the
4th of
5th of July, we had a band out of LaPorte. And we also had a hot dog stand. The guy come in a year ago too, and they were very happy with the band. And I was happy to see people that didn't come and stay to hear the band, but they come and supported the hot dog. And
Yeah, it was
supported,
just
I felt
packed.
that we were supported by the communities, but the beach was packed.
Yeah.
And that's Kramer?
Yeah. Yeah, so we felt that was quite a success.
I went and stalked your guys' Facebook. I was trying to find a thing to share. I never did see one. So next year we'll have to make you a flyer. I'll make it, and that way we can push it out that way.
Yeah.
Another thing we're trying to do is, at the KLA, we're trying to get more events at our clubhouse for children, for adults, for teens, to get the whole community more involved in our community, so we're planning on a lot of different things. Come to fruition.
Okay, we're on Facebook, right, Amy?
Mhm.
And do you put your events on our page?
Does Hannah do that?
I don't know.
I think it's just Sandra or something. No, we have.
No, we have our own site.
We have our own.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean,
I'll check on that.
yeah, you're welcome to,
Yeah, you'll see the events and I'll push them out.
Sure, you
All
know,
right, great.
okay, very good.
More and more people coming to the beach, so thank you so much.
Oh, that's great. Good, all right. Anything else? Well, thank you all for coming. I make a motion or.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll
Second. All in favor?
Hey, Tom,
Oh, hang on. What's up?
you guys still on it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to tell Amy thanks a lot, because I think that was huge for our county with that little thing she put on last weekend. I just think it was awesome.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Donnie.
Yep, and I'll get up with you tomorrow on the electric, Amy.
Okay, thank you.
All right, see ya.
Okay, bye, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.